Good evening, everyone. So, just let us know whether we are audible or not. So, before starting this session, just ensure us whether we are audible or not. Kindly confirm it whether my voice is audible or not. So, hope I am audible. I'm just waiting for your response. So, So in this session, as you can see, we are going to learn the ways to boost research publication success with advanced software tools. So here I'm going to discuss some of the key things, and this is basically a panel discussions. So where along with myself and we have a Dr. Arunava Majumdar who is going to deliver this session. So he's also going to discuss some of the key parameters that actually plays a very vital role in publications or research publications. So before that, here in this session, the main agenda of this session is that to deliver the importance of research and the ways to publish research, some kind of AI tools. As you know, right now AI and so many AI tools has been there. So how you can make use of AI tools, and also what are the you can say tips and tricks, that things that you can refer and make your research work more effectively. So in this session here, I'm going to tell you some of the shortcut way to do a research, and also some of the shortcut ways that how you can publish your paper more effectively using some of the advanced tools that are actually used in engineering, the field of engineering. So as you have seen, this is a panel discussion. So here we are going to I will give you an overview of this work, and along with me, Dr. Arunava Majumdar, he is a specialist in engineering mathematics. So we are going to deliver you the importance and some of the shortcut tricks. So before coming into this field, let's understand that whether we are doing a research, we are publishing papers, but what's a career? Career as a researcher or a career as a scientist? So, and how you can create or begin your steps as a freshers, or if you are really an expertise in this field of research, so you must know that what are the baby steps that you have to take to reach at certain level. Or maybe you are aiming to be a scientist in the field of aerospace or any other relevant field. So what's a career, or what are the sort of things that I'm going to highlight in this? But before that, let's understand what is actually a research. The name itself says a very simple word. It's a very, very simple word. It says that it's a creation of a new knowledge. Already some kind of knowledge is there, or some sort of existing things are there. So how you can create another new one, or recreating a existing one, that I can say, that is what a research. And how you can do that is the new way, or the creative way of generating new concept, a new method, which is known as a methodologies, or new way of understanding, or some kind of tactics that you create. So that is what is a research. Or research is a searching, researching of some new facts, or the hunting of new facts that going to give some positive impact to the society or the new creations. So that is what the understanding of research. Now, when you are into the research, so research is only valid once you publish your research article. So where you can publish a research article, there are journals that there are some reputed journals where you can publish your research paper or the research articles. Now, there are certain key elements that you should keep in mind when you are into in the field of researcher or into field. But before getting diving into the research paper, let's understand. Here I'm going to tell you some of the 10 importance of research paper publication for graduates student. If you are a postdoc student also, this point is really going to be helpful for you, that what are the key points that why you should do a research paper if you're currently a first year, second year, third year, or final year. So why right now or nowadays, irrespective of any domain, whether you're a science or engineering, why it's so important nowadays. So let's understand the 10 key points that I'm going to highlight in this session. Before diving into that, why we are focusing more into the research, why, what's the importance? The first and foremost, that many organizations, your university, your colleges, any institution or educational institutions, they're focused on skill development programs, skill development. So being a student, one has to have a skill. Now, if you are writing a paper, this how you can develop skills from writing a paper, the concept will be quite clear. So if you are publishing a paper, so suppose you are specialized in aerodynamics and you have written some paper on aerodynamics, so that creates, once you publish a paper, that will create a weightage for you. So that will create that okay, this particular person is specialized or skillful in this respective domain. So it play a very vital role that to prove yourself. Second is academic recognitions. So when we publish a paper, we give different affiliations. Maybe you have done some research and development project from some institutions, so that will recognize your academic growth. Let me consider in another side, another angle for your better perspective. Imagine you want, after your graduation, you want to do your masters, or maybe you want to as a like postdoc. So maybe in a foreign country you want to apply for some scholarship. So if you have a research paper, they it will create an add-on benefits in your resume. So that is also second key point, that why you should make yourself involved or incline yourself towards writing a research paper and also to get published. Now, the third point is quite interconnected with one another, that is improved career opportunities. Yes, as I have said. So, that point I have said previously, that scholarship for the higher studies. Now, there are certain universities across the globe that, based on your publications, they used to give you some sort of scholarship. So, if their fees is around 20,000 USD, so you might get a scholarship of around 1,800 USD will be waiver. So around a few hundred dollars you have to pay. So there are certain university based on your publications, they you can get a scholarship. And in India, if you want to go in abroad, there are so many scholarships that can just go to that website called DST website. So that is a Department of Science and Technology. There are for women category and for other category, we have n number of scholarship for higher studies. Or if you want to be a researcher, want to be a scientist, there are different positions. So yes, again, once to grab those positions, you need to have priorly have an experience of writing a paper. Then The fourth one is a contribution to knowledge. As again, the first point and this point is quite interconnected. How? Because you, as I have given an example that you are expertise in aerodynamics. So how can you prove yourself that you are expertise in the field of aerodynamics? So how you contributing? So to be expertise in aerodynamics, you need to know or need to be skillful in the CFD software. So you can prove by means of research potential, research work. So again, it helps to contribute your knowledge. Fifth one is a networking opportunity. Now, how you might ask a question that that how I can get a network by publishing a research article. Now, let's understand this importance of research paper. Now, once you write a research paper and get it published, so keep in mind that globally it has been referred. So, if I am specialized in aerodynamics and you have published a paper on aerodynamics, so when I'm going to hunt for a certain topic relevant to aerodynamics, and your paper will be pop up, right? So I will be interacting with you, I will be finding, okay, who is this person, what are the methodology this particular person has worked on, what are the statistical ways that you have been, or the steps that you have proceeded to work on those particular areas. So if I like your the research, I might contact you through email, or some kind of, I would like to call you that can we have a collaborative research. I might be from different university, you might be from different university. So jointly we can connect together and do a better work. So another way of doing a research paper, that if your university has certain facilities and my university has certain facilities, we can collab and do the work. So research paper is not only that a particular university will be contributing on the certain pattern, but you can collaborate with a different university across the globe. So again, the importance of this, you can build your network. So internationally your work will be recognized very easily. Yes. Now the sixth point is that boosting graduate program success. Yes, again I have said this is a very specifically I have mentioned as when you're going for a certain company, right, job, there are certain companies where they look that there are certain R&D sale inside the company. If you go for that any automotive industry like Audi or Mercedes Benz. So any company have its own R&D sale, and they are looking that that the person when they're recruiting, that who is our expertise already in the research relevant zone. So whether they know how to do a research and the thing. So how you can prove yourself? The proof is only once your article get published. That's a way you can prove yourself. Next, enhance resume and applications. So imagine you are going in any corporate sectors where you need to get published your articles, or and once it's done, you can put those articles in your resume or your application. And that particular company require, okay, we are looking for R&D experts or any technical experts. So if they are, seeing that you are already expertise in research work on certain area, so you, it is a quite a 90% chance that your resume can get shortlisted very easily. So it is again very easy to go in the corporate sectors, and also if you're planning for higher studies, it's a very easy way, or you can say for that. Then the eighth point is that exposed to the peer reviewer. So suppose you have performed certain research, and so it is, yes, it's indeed a very tough zone to get published. So there are different layers of it. So once you're putting your paper into any journal, so it is of course not an easy way to get published very easily. So the reviewers will be there in the journal, so they will be giving you certain certain sort of guidelines. No, change this area or implement this method, and show me some statistical changes in it. So lot of revisions will be there. So in during this process of your research work, you will learn a lot from it. So you will know your reviewer, you will improve your methodology part, you will improve your research pattern as well. So again here you will get to have or develop your skill as well. Ninth point, increase confidence. Suppose you are devoting something on this particular field. So, of course, in your interview board or any other board, wherever you go for your job or higher studies, you will be quite confident about those particular area that you have really worked on. And believe me, this publication of research will pay a lot of benefits when you are into it. And the last one, contributing to the society. So when your research work is getting published into any article, that means you're contributing some sort of innovations to the public. You are not just like layman's work that you are just doing and that's it. No, you're also simultaneously contributing the research work, how it is creating a betterment of certain works. So these are the 10 key elements that why you should indulge yourself into research work and get it published being a graduate and the undergraduate being an undergraduate students. So keep this 10 key points. Now coming that what are the key elements in the research paper. Now why I am just going to give you a brief in this because the main key agenda here to speak more about the software tools. All right, because here Dr. Arunava sir is there with us and he will also deliver that how to use those softwares and so please stay tuned if you're watching this lecture. So please stay tuned till the end. So here we'll have some sort of hands-on activity. If you are watching this using your laptop, you can also simultaneously search the relevant software with it. So here I'm going to tell you key AI software which will help you to sort out this for some elements, key elements, how to write a research paper, some sort of tips and tricks and some sort of software as well, right? So before that, let's understand if you are a newbie in this research paper or research paper writing things. So let's understand the key elements. So the first and foremost thing, you should have a title. So what is title? What is a title refers? Title should not be more than 10 to 15 words. So the title will define that what is the work you are going to do. Okay, the title will define so your methodology, your areas of interest, and what you're obtaining, what is the benefit of that research. So this key elements must reflect from the title. Then abstract. Abstract is basically a summary which whose word limit should not exceed more than 200 to 300 words. So how to write an abstract? So here we are not going to discuss how to write an abstract, but here we are just going to tell you the key elements that we have it. Next we have introduction. Introduction is basically a background about that article that you are writing about. So then we have a literature review. So what is literature review is that already some of the basic research has been done previously. You are just referring them with the support of those research work. You are discussing some points. So that is what a literature review in layman words. Then methodology is a method or the approaches that you are implementing on your research work. So that is what a methodology. You can use some novel methodology as well. That means new creation of your methodology. So that also can, that itself can be a new paper. So here we are not going to discuss much of in deep of it because our agenda is to tell you the software and the tools. So here I'm just going to give you the key elements that using this key AI software or key tools you can easily write a research paper. That is the main agenda. So once we have a methodology, then we have a result, that is the outcome of it. So if you use this methodology on this particular aircraft or something, what sort of result or the outcome that you interpreted, so that is what a result. And from that we have a discussion that what you are trying to conclude it. So what sort of, if this parameter is increasing, so what are the benefits of it, whether it's a good or bad. So what sort of impacts that is happening. So that is what you have to discuss in that. And finally conclusion. So finally conclusion in the sense that you're what you're concluding, whether this methodology is good. If it is good, statistically you have to prove it, that how it's good, how much percentage is better. So previously what sort of work has been done and how you are making this thing work better as compared to the previous work. So those things comes under the conclusion. And yes, the research paper is not complete without references, that what are the reference paper you have taken. You can't say that this complete thing is new and you have created. Yes, it is new, but there must be some relevant work has been done previously. So what are the work they have done? So you have to refer their work as well, and you have to compare that how their work and your work is different with one another. So this is what it will distinct that the references. So these are the key elements of your research paper. That is a title, abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, result, discussion, conclusions, and of course the references. So these are the key elements. Now coming to the what are the key tools and the software that you can utilize. Now keep in mind that before going or diving into this key tools, that are these are the five key tools of the software which will assist you to write a research paper. So as you know, when you write a research paper, the complete article has to be plagiarism free. That means that has to have a zero content copied from any other research article. So keep in mind, and this is one of the very tedious thing, and many of you know that chat gpt is a very common tools, right? So you just think, okay, I chat gpt, you just type a prompt that, okay, I want to tell me a research on those so and so. It will give certain prompts. And the same thing, if you copy and paste, I will tell you some softwares that it will predict those things. But there are certain ways that you can rephrase those statements, you can align it, so you can avoid those plagiarism content in your research paper. So if the journal find that, okay, you have copied every content from chat gpt or other ai tools, so your paper will straight away go rejected, because nothing you have done, you just use a prompt and you have got the result. So make sure of that. To avoid this mistake, we have certain key tools and the software which I am going to discuss here in this session. That is five key tools that we are going to discuss. That is first tool that I am going to discuss about data analysis and a simulation tool. So as I said, for engineering, it is always important to give some statistical data. So when you're telling it has been better. So how do you define it? How much percentage it is better? So you have to give some statistical data. If you say that previously this has been done and now in my model this thing has been done, so how much percentage your model give a betterment? What is a percentage? Whether 0.01% or 1.002%. So this statistical data plays a very vital role, right? So this kind of tool is going to be help you out to give or do your research work more effectively. That is a data analysis and simulation tool. Collaboration and project management tool, right? So what is this tool about? So more about this data analysis and simulation tool, I'm going to tell you certain tools also in the upcoming slides. And Dr. Arunava sir will also discuss with a real-time demonstration with you as well. Right. So, coming to this collaboration and project management tool is that, suppose in a research paper you have your mentor with you, maybe your teacher, your guide, or maybe two of your friends. You're collaboratingly working together, right, with a single project. So on that kind of work, so how you're going to communicate with one another? So it's not possible that all the time you just drop a mail to each one another, right? So this much work has been done. So jointly there is a platform with a single research paper. You can, one another can acknowledge each other's work, that how much work has been progressed, or the progression of the work has been done by the respective scholar or the people. So there are platforms, so that I'm going to discuss that collaborations and project management tools that are very very essentials when you're doing a collaborative research. Okay, third is that writing assistants and AI tools, right? So this I'm going to tell you some of the, as I have said, the software. Let me tell you an example of a software called Turnitin. So Turnitin is a software that which helps to predict your suppose you have copied some content from chat gpt and pasted on your research article. So turnitin is a software which can predict those content which you have copied from chat gpt. So as I have said earlier, if you're doing so, the paper is going to get cancelled. But on the same time, there are certain ai tools which will help you, or which will help you to quickly cite your research paper. There are certain AI tools which will help you to give you relevant research articles on those particular topic which you're looking for or you're working for. And there are certain tools which will help you to assist writing, better writing skills as well. So in this third point, I'm going to tell you some of the 5 6 key tools that are widely and very commonly used by all the researchers, right? And fourth one is a virtual visualization tools. So the first one and the fourth one quite interconnected. So how you can visualize your data or the work. So first and fourth is quite interconnected. So when I'm discussing the first point, I'll be also highlighting this visualization tools. So the statistical data or the error analysis, all those things, how effectively you can represent on your research paper. The last one, that the key tools comes under the version control and the collaborations. So that is again quite interconnected with the second one. That is, for an example, you are writing a paper in an overleaf. Okay, overleaf is another form of latex, which is you can do it online just like a Google Doc. So, as I have said, that if three of the friends are jointly working a research article, so one another can refer others' work. So, how they are working, and if they are working on certain programs or programming course and all, they can also share that. There is a separate hub called GitHub, so they can download from it and they can analyze those works. So second and fifth is quite interconnected. They can have a control over the another one. So it's an a cloud based computation programs, so they can do it. So this kind of tools are widely used in the research paper, and this kind of tools that you are including it, or if you are making them avoid to do such kind of mistakes, so it's going to be very easy for you to write or publish your article. Now let's move to data analysis and simulation tool. So here I am going to tell you the top five data analysis and simulation tools which are widely used in across any domain, right? And again, let me clarify you, Dr. Arunava sir. Today he is going to clarify some of the tools, that how effectively you can make use of this tool and make your research article more presentable. Not only research article, if you are a business person, you want to give any kind of if you want to give uh, business speech to anyone, you can also incorporate this kind of tools that is going to be also be effective for you, right? So the first and foremost, let me tell you what are the basic tool. One is a MATLAB or Simulink, which are widely used for the mathematical people, or if you want to do some numerical analysis, simulations, modeling. So this helps a lot when you want to do MATLAB. ANSYS, then we have RStudio and Python. So many of you are very aware this RStudio and Python helps in data visualizations and also data analysis. Then Maple is again a mathematical relation to data visualization app, that is a Maple. And Lingo is to work on this mathematical work if you have to get some outcome from it. So I'm going to discuss some of the key tools that are widely used in, especially in the aerospace. As you can see, the data analysis and simulation. The first one is used is a MATLAB. So MATLAB, as I mentioned, it helps for numerical analysis, simulations, and modeling. So suppose you have a flight control mechanisms. So and you want to analyze that how the flight will be moving when the pilot is deflecting the control stick. So if the pilot is deflecting 2 degree of the joystick, how much pitching, how much yawing, how much rolling, all sort of things, that the movements that you're going to take care, right? So you can see there are some research paper, research article also you can get that the that how actually the MATLAB helps to identify some kind of numerical simulations. So I'm not going to deep into the mathematical portion, so I'm just going to give you the overview and of the and importance. So why we are discussing this tools is not only to write a research paper. If you want to go in a corporate sectors, they also look into it, the areas or the skills that you have it, or skill sets that you have it. So if you want to propel your career towards flight or avionic systems or drone techniques, so ensure that you have a good or the strong hold on the MATLAB. So next comes to the another very unique software. Many of you might be knowing about this is so meanwhile, let me ask you a question, that how many of you are aware of this tool? MATLAB and ANSYS. Let me see in the chat box. So if you have, in meanwhile, if you have any further questions, I request all of you to please write down in the chat box. So once it's over, so we can get back to those questions, right? All right. So moving to the ANSYS, this is a software which is quite globally used in the aerospace sectors or mechanical sectors. As you can see, there are different areas that we cover to find out or validate certain things. Without much delay, let's move to another software called Art Studio and Python. Both are distinct software. Okay, so Art Studio is a special software which is used to give our data visualizations. So imagine you have n number of data sets and you want to find out, or maybe if you want to apply some sort of AI or machine learning factors to some design. So Art Studio is one of the very, you can say it's one of the key tool that one must use it. Okay, so the program behind R Studio is very simple, C++. In fact, for Python also we use almost the same language. If you are proficient in those languages, so it will going to be easy. And nowadays this tutorials are already available in YouTube across it, so you can also refer it and you can learn very easily. And why we use R Studio, as I have mentioned, that in engineering the statistical data play are a very vital role. So the R Studio play a very vital role to give us statistical plottings and the statistical data. As you can see in this two graphs that I have shown here, so there are new n number of analysis that you can learn and find out the statistical analysis, whether it's error analysis, whether it's a percentile analysis. So data relevant analysis, any sort of analysis or visualization patterns that you can generate from this software, that is a R Studio, and as well as you can also use a Python. Now, relevant to that, I would also like to highlight a Maple. So, very few use this Maple, and it is an excellent way of representing your research article or your presentation. So, Maple is an excellent software which has a mathematical equation into a graphical representation. Here in this Maple, you can create a three-dimensional graph. So imagine you have three different parameters and you have an equation with respect to that. So you can change, you can see how the effect of that one parameter over to other respective to other parameters. So Maple gives an excellent relationship between this n number of parameters. As you can see, there are some in the Maple we have equation tabs. So it's an excellent. So today's session, after this basic generic discussions, Dr. Arunava sir will also highlight about the Maple. Will show you some of the examples how to identify the effect in three-dimensional and also the two-dimensionals. You can if you are giving such kind of typical type of graphical representation in your research article, and of course you are explaining on the basis of mathematical equations and the graphical representations, it's one of the key thing. The good articles, a good research paper will easily accept your paper. So keep in mind that these are the wonderful way to get your paper easily accepted. So it is an open source Maple. You can trial versions are there. It is widely available, and even ISRO or other reputed universities also, when they're working on certain research work, they do follow such kind of simulations or pictorial things, graphical representations of or you can say modeling physical systems in the graphical way. Okay, now the last technique that I'm going to discuss here is a Lingo. Lingo is another simulation tools which only helps in doing an optimization, and optimization as a linear programming. So when, as you can know, what is a linear programming, when the values and the we have no powers is very simple equations and you want to optimize it, the x or x2 value, the any one of the two values based on the conditions you have, right? So so this is a very easy tool if it is a linear programming optimization problems. So using, instead of MATLAB, you can do using Lingo very effectively, and you will get, and computation time is very easy. So this kind of tool will also help you or increase your potential of publishing the research paper quite easily. Right. Now, so previously I have discussed about the what are the data analysis and simulation tools that you can utilize in your research paper. Now here I'm going to tell you what are the collaborations and collaboration tools and the project management tools. So first of all, I'm going to tell the first collaboration tool is an overlay. So it is another form of latex. So if three of the friends are jointly working or doing a research work, so you can prefer this overlay. Signing up with the Gmail ID, you can simply do that work. Then Manly. So Manly is a tool where easily you can cite or refer your paper. Then Zotero is another way of referring your article or citing your article easily. Slack is that a community where you can jointly discuss your research work, you can share your research work, and you can interact, we can chat with the people. Okay, so if you are with the international collaborating, these are internationally used when you're collaborating with the international people. So instead of using WhatsApp, they prefer to use a Slack. So then GitHub, we have GitHub again, where we can deposit your codes and interact and share with your needy fellows. Then Dropbox paper, here there are certain journals where you can, using your Dropbox paper account, so you can have and jointly share your article just like an overlay. So already I have explained, these are the six key tools, you can say, which will help you based on the work that you are working, right? So it will help you to organize your work more effectively. So you can use this software easily, and it is widely available. Now, so many of you, as before starting or before writing a research article, many of you might be knowing about AI and the Chat GPT, very the most popular thing. But apart from Chat GPT, there are other tools that will also help you and assist you writing a research article and effectively. Okay, now, as I have mentioned earlier, when you are writing a paper using some AI tool, there are huge chance that your paper are being flagged because you are not typing or doing anything. You are just converting the things. So keep in mind about this tool called Turnitin. So this is a Turnitin tool. It's primarily used for plagiarism detection. Okay. Now what is this plagiarism detection? As I have mentioned, you are copying from any AI generated device, and this tool will detect. So any journal across the globe, they have this tool. So you just can copy paste from AI content. So make sure of that you change that article. Now how can you change it article? There is another easy way to do it. There is a website called sky sc space. Okay, so formerly known as typeset.io. It's an AI based platform. So suppose you have to do a research, like tell me, you just put a question over there, there is a bar, and you just drop a question over there. So tell me what are the factors affect aircraft design, so and so, right? You just drop a question over there. So after that, what will happen, it will give you some relevant articles on aircraft design, on the performance, or the factors affecting on the aircraft design, right? So if you want to mention precisely about drone, you can give a drone. If you want to precisely about transport aircraft, you can give it. So relevant sort of papers or article will come up instantly. So you don't need to search in a Google, or you need not need to you don't need to search in Google Scholar or any other paper that to find your journal articles. So this is a tool which will help you to quickly identify what is a research paper. In this research paper, what are the improvements has been done, which kind of methodology has been followed, what are the key features, what are the parameters. You can have a multiple selections, and this is a software where every it will be, you don't need to download the paper and read, and lot of time you can save, right? To write a research paper, first you need to read those papers. So Sky Space is a research paper where you can save a hell lot of time, and basically you can create a time management. So instead of reading a paper, it takes a lot of time. So you can, instead you can use this, and you can modify some of the things, and you can put up in your research article as well. But make sure of that you change the sentences, because again, otherwise it will be caught by Turnitin. Moving to the next is a, many of you might be aware of this symbol, that is a Grammarly. So Grammarly is a very AI based, it's a very powerful tool, and globally it has been used. And if you, there is a trial versions are there, so it can, you can also use a trial version as well as the purchase version. So there in the premium versions, what you will get is that they itself will paraphrase and give you the suitable words. You can get or adapt those words as well. And they itself have a black thing. So if they find that this word is copied from somewhere, they will suggest you to change those sentences. So according to your mode, you want to keep the sentence wide or short or medium, how effective you want to keep the sentence, formal or informal. So accordingly, Grammarly help a lot in your styling corrections as well. Then Quillboard. So many of you are aware of Quillboard, that so that you can make your it helps in paraphrasing basically. This Quillboard is specialized in paraphrasing, and the beauty of this Quillboard is that once you make a paraphrasing, the Turnitin software won't able to predict it. So that's a beauty. And there you can have an n number of run of that particular sentence, and you can choose the suitable sentences. You can change the synonyms of certain words. So there are a lot of things that you can do in Quillboard, and this is a very effective tool for, especially for paraphrasing, and very effective for the researchers. Then we have a Scholarcy. Scholarcy is again same kind of work it does, just like a sky space that I have mentioned earlier here. So suppose you have some schematic figures or something, or some data, so you don't need to read a whole lot of thing. So this Scholarcy, what it is does, that it will just make a very concise way, and they will make it and they will give it to you, right? So what are the key points that you have covered here, that how the collaborations helps using overlay and other way. And here we have also discussed the faster way to do research work, what are the tips and tricks, the writing styles, and how you can implement the accuracy of it. So meanwhile, I request any one of you have any questions, so I can take up those questions. So meanwhile, I request Dr. Arunava sir to take over the session.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible? Okay, so let me share my screen first. Okay, so basically, I would like to show you some of examples of real life examples of different softwares what you already ma'am discussed about. So first one is MATLAB. Basically, MATLAB, there are many tools for MATLAB, aerospace tools, other means statistical tools, optimization tools. So many tools are already there in MATLAB. So first, let me show what is the interface of MATLAB. Okay, so let me share my screen. I think my screen is visible now to all of you. So this is the MATLAB software. Basically, I am getting the older version of MATLAB in my computer. So this is 2004 version, 2000 sorry 2014 R 2014A. So the recent version of MATLAB, it is R 2022, okay, 2023 version already came into the market. Okay, so you can also either you can get it from your institution, or you can have it, means you can also purchase it from the internet. And the student version is available for the software. So many packages are already, means you can see many packages are already there. Let me first of all show you what are the different um, apps are there. So you can see here, these are the different toolbox which are available here. First one is car fitting optimization, MUPAD notebooks. MUPAD notebook, it is not a tool, it is a different kind of. So car fitting, this is car fitting software. It is basically used for statistical data analysis. Okay, for regression purpose. Optimization, it is used to find out the maximum or minimum value of any kind of mathematical function, any kind of means industrial problem, uh, complex industrial problem, unconstrained or constrained optimization, we can solve it by this. So this kind of different things are already available. You can also see image analysis, signal analysis toolbox here. You can see here, this is the signal analysis toolbox. Okay, also you can see here, this is means MATLAB coder is also there. And see here, neural network, these are the ML, that is machine learning tools. Neural network for clustering, neural network for fitting, and neural network for pattern recognition. Okay, and also neural network for time series data is also available here. Okay, some other toolbox, this kind of, so different types of toolbox are there. You can see here. Okay, so these are the inbuilt toolbox. If you already have the dataset, you just put your dataset in this toolbox, and the analysis part, you no need to means code it. Okay, every code and everything is already inbuilt. You just need to put the dataset and the outcome or the simulation outcome, everything. You can easily see this. Okay. Now, just let me give you one example of MATLAB. I am not using any, this is the example of regression. You can see here, this is the example of regression. Car small example means these are data set basically, which is already inbuilt data set in MATLAB car small. And in this car small data set, some different parameters are there where you can see the acceleration, displacement, horsepower, weight. These are the different parameters are already given here in MATLAB. Okay, and the outcome is MPG. MPG is the outcome. Okay, and if you feed this data set, so we are actually, this is a model of, this is basically the model of linear fit, that is a linear regression model. So fit element is actually already inbuilt function, inbuilt MATLAB function for linear fit. And since there are number of acceleration, displacement, horsepower, and weight, these are the four different attributes are there, four different variables are there. So of course, uh, fit LM, that is the multilinear fit, we need to go through. So if we, not going to give you the definition of what is multilinear or linear fit here. I'm just giving you how you can analyze the data set. So if I analyze this data set with a multilinear problem, so now if I run here, So you can see here the output and the corresponding graph, everything you can find. Okay, so this output is basically based on a graph, based on a dataset. Dataset is already inbuilt dataset in MATLAB, and these are the datasets. Okay, you can see here, and different means attributes of the car small dataset. You can see. So car small dataset has different parameters like acceleration, cylinders, okay, displacement, horsepower, IDX, MDL. Basically, this MDL is our means MDL is our model. That is this one. This is the means MDL equal to this. These are MATLAB function. Okay, you need to learn it. What kind of MATLAB function are there differently. So this is the model fitting. So we can. This is also linear regression. This is a ML process means methodology. Okay, means machine learning method, linear regression. So you can use the MATLAB and with the inbuilt functions of MATLAB to generate the plot and generate the model. Okay, like this. Similarly, the same model you can also use in you can also means use this model with or also get the data set with the get the output of this model by using the neural network. Okay, so neural network, I already have shown you that the neural network toolbox is already inbuilt there. You can also use the MATLAB function for neural network, or also you can use the toolbox for there. Okay. So similarly, this is one of the toolbox for there is a neural network which I have coded it, but you can use the toolbox also. Okay. So now different toolbox you can already I have seen here. If you are using the neural network toolbox, you have to just click here on neural network. The toolbox is opened here. Okay, so if the toolbox is opened now, you need to click next to put the inputs. Okay, you can see the none means what is the means already you can see how many attributes are there: acceleration, cylinders, displacement, horsepower. Everything is already, you can see if I click here, all the attributes or all the parameters are already visible here. Acceleration, cylinders, displacement, everything is visible. So you have to choose any one of them to means which you want to make the model. Okay, so you can see. So this is the basically neural network for clustering only. So clustering means you need to just means make some different cluster of single data set. Okay, so if I want to do this and no need to load the example, just I'm you can see. So size of two-dimensional map, what is the size? You can also fix the size and everything. Okay. And also if you just creating network, you can see now if I train the model, there is a matrix. It is the 100 cross 1 double. I need to change the dimension of the matrix basically here. So now this is the toolbox. You can train it by just clicking on the train button. So automatically the model will be trained by here from here. Okay, similarly I many other toolbox is already there. Optimization toolbox, if you just click on it, so look, so many kind of whatever you want, all kind of optimization, whether it is linear or binary integer programming, multi-objective goal or everything is shown here. Okay, so whatever as your requirement, as per your requirement, as per your model or as per your objective function, you can just choose that one. You can choose the constraint set and everything from here, and you can just click the start button from here, and you can also use the things. Okay, also for you can also use genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm is a meta heuristic algorithm for used for optimization, and this is very um, popular algorithm in the world in the field of optimization theory. Okay, so you just to choose the function, choose the number of variables, choose the constraint set here, just to put it and click the start button, and automatically everything will be shown here. Okay, so you can means say explore this MATLAB. Okay, so what are the different toolbox are there? Okay, you can also see the biological toolbox is also there, image acquisition, signal analysis, instrument, everything. So all kind of engineering problem you can find out the toolbox, a different toolbox for there. Okay, control system tuner and everything is, so signal analysis. Okay, radar equation calculator, radar waveform analyzer, everything is there. Sensor array analysis, okay, signal analysis, everything. What kind of toolbox you can find? Okay, so computational biological toolbox you can see here. Okay, so that's all for MATLAB. So if you want to explore, you can explore it by just you can either I think trial version is available for this. If you means want this MATLAB, you can contact with your institution. I think they provide the MATLAB for all the students. Okay, so let me go to the next software, which is the Maple. Okay, so I think the screen is visible. So this is the Maple software. Maple software is means I generally personally used to make the different graphs, mathematical graphs. Okay, so just let me give you an example. So how easily you can make the different graphs and you can analyze the different functions in Maple. Okay, you can also plot the graph in MATLAB also. MATLAB also you can, but you need to code that one. Here you can just put the equation and you can automatically find the graph for that and you can analyze it also. So let me give you an example for this. So let me show you the one of the graphs. Let us suppose just I'm going to plot a two-dimension graph, and which is let us suppose y is equal to uh, 2 plus 3x. Okay, if I just go here, just if you click on this, you can see on the right side a 2D plot automatically is visible. You need to just click on this plot, or otherwise you can just click on this plot builder. If I click on this plot builder, automatically the plotting will be generated. Okay, so you can see other options are visible here. So 2D plot, it is everything you can see here, and different options are also visible. 2D options, if you put, you can just change the scale. That is here you can see the scale is means every uh, means 2, it is then 4, then it is 6, 8, and then the left hand side it is -2, -4, -6, and so on. So the distance for distance is 2. You can change the distance also. You can change the scale. You can change the scale of the y-axis. Okay, so now let us suppose the basic, I'm going to the basic options. So here the range of x-axis is -10 to 10. So I can change the length of x-axis here. So just I'm changing to, let us suppose, 0 to 10. You can see the x-axis range 0 to 10, it is visible here. Okay, thickness, you can also increase or decrease the thickness of the graph here just by dragging this one. Line style is solid. If you want to put a dot, it is dotted line. If you want to choose a dash, it is dash line, and so on. Coordinate is Cartesian coordinate. If you want to change it to polar coordinate, it becomes like this. Okay, but generally I use Cartesian coordinate, so it is like this. Okay, so this is a very simple 2D plot. Okay, so let us delete this one. I think it is not. Okay, next one, just I'm changing the plot. Another plot, let us suppose any square or cubic plot is here. Okay, so if you just click on this function, automatically you can see the plot is given here. So I'm going to the plot builder and the graph is shown here. You can change the scale from here. You can change the other styles of the graph from here. Okay, now let's go to a 3D plot. So let us suppose y is equal to, okay, let's go to the plot. You can see if I go to the plot builder here, see. Okay, so it's a plot builder. Basically, this is not a 3D because this is a 2D plot, as it is a basically the explicit form of the function, because I am using y from left hand and right hand both sides. Okay, so here left hand side it is also y and right hand side also I am using y. So that is why the function actually becomes like this. So basically it turns into the 2D plot, but you can see the plot, any kind of plot you can see here. Also, if you want to change the plot, means style of the plot or anything, let us suppose minus 2 pi to 2 pi, the plot is given here. So if you want to find it is 0 to pi, it is also, you can change the scale. It is the 0 to pi plot, you can see here. Okay, you can change the thickness of the graph also, you can reduce the thickness of the graph also. Okay, and line style, it is solid, dotted and everything you can change. You can also create a name of this function, means axis names. Okay, what is the axis name of the means x axis, what is the axis name of the y axis, you can also put it here. Okay, so axis 2 is the axis 1 and axis 2 you can see here. So axis 2 is basically y axis. If you want to change the range of y axis also, you can also change it from here. Let us suppose I want to do it from 0 to 10. 0 to 10. You can see only the 0 to 10 range, the y axis range is changed now. It is from 0 to 10 only it is visible. Okay, so only half of the curve is visible now because as we change the y-axis. Okay, only from 0 to 10 we are positive y-axis we can see. Now let's go to a 3D plot here. There is some, Okay, I think there is some problem I'm going here. It is, we go to the, yes. Okay, now I'm going for a 3D plot here. So x square plus, okay. Now if I choose this one, okay. So now I'm going to the plot builder here. So the plot builder automatically it will analyze that what kind of curve is this. So you can see automatically it analyzes the curve and it can understand that whether it is a 3D curve or 2D curve. So as there are a number of variables at 2x and y, two different variables. So this curve is basically a 3D curve, 3D surface. It draws automatically. Okay. Now in 3D plot builder, if you want to change the, now let us suppose I just want to plot from positive axis, plot the positive axis, no negative axis is required. So x axis also I want to change from 0 to 10, y axis also I want to change from 0 to 10. So this is the plot. Okay. So according to your necessity, you can change the you can change the range of each and every axis, x axis, y axis, as well as z axis also. Okay. If you want to change the surface means color, you can see the surface also. You can change the means color and the style of the surface. If you want to change it like this, it is also. If you want to just find out the contour only, it is also. If you want to just put the points with the styles, okay, this one. So everything generally this is the general form of this. Okay, so this is the 3D plot you can see. Okay, so similarly any sign, let us suppose the same function, I'm just going to give you another form of this signs. Okay, going to the plot builder, it also you can see the plot you can see here. Okay, so is minus 2 pi to 2 pi it is given here, and y is this. So let us suppose I am going to change it from uh, okay, so you can see this plotting here. Look, so as you want, you can change every plot. Okay, so in your any kind of domain, I don't know exactly what domain you are from. If you are from aerospace domain, if you are from AI or ML domain, or if you are from optimization domain, okay, or finance or any management background, you can all kind of mathematical modeling. You can plot it very easily like this. Okay, so and also you can optimize this function very easily. So optimization tool here also, optimization tool is there. You can just click on it, and after that you can see here differentiate. Okay, apply a command. So limit, series, units, optimization tool, everything is here. So if you want to just minimize it, look, the value automatically it gives. So it is basically a very easy software. Just you have to put the function only, and the rest of the all the other parts you can just click on it, just you can right click on it, or everything is already plotted here. Okay, so if you want to solve any function, so you can just plot any function. Let us suppose y equal to um, equal to 2 plus x square or something, whatever. Okay, this is your function. And if you want to solve this function and want to find out what is the value, you can just put it, you can see the solve function is given here. So just put the solve, just click on the solve. And if you want to solve it, you can see the values, you can find it. So root 2i and minus root 2i, these are the two roots of the equation. So any kind of mathematical solution you can find in Maple software. So basically, it is very useful. Means any kind of mathematical means solutions or model solving, graph plotting, whether it is 2D or whether it is 3D. You can just put the equation here and you can find the output. Now I'm going to the Lingo software. Basically, this software is used for optimization and almost all kind of optimization, whether it is linear, whether it is non-linear, or it is integer programming problem, dynamic programming problem, all kind of means optimization. I consider that you know the problem, but if you don't know also, I'm just giving you an example how you can use it, how easily you can you can make it and you can just find the output of it. So you can see this is the optimization function or objective function, and these are the different constraints. So just as it is, as you write by hand, no need to write any code, no need to build any code or something like this. As you write by hand means it is just like a handwritten thing. So just you put your objective function here, put your constraints here, just like your handwriting, and you put click on this. So you can see this is everything. It will automatically analyze that whether what kind of model is this. This is linear programming LP. A state, it is global optimum. Objective, what is the value of the objective? It is 65. Okay, and what is the memory? Computer memory is used. Elapsed runtime, because 00 means within a fraction of second it solved the problem, as because the number of variable is less. If you increase the number of variables, of course it will get some seconds to solve it. Okay, and apart from that, the other variables, you can see the other things, what are the different values of the decision variables, everything you can find it. These are the variables, you can see LH and R. So LH and R values are given here, and the objective function values are also written here. Okay, if you want to change the function, change it to non-linear case, so you can also do this. Let us suppose I am, look. So local objective found, it is now it is automatically, look at this. The previous one, I just changed the objective function to square. That is, previously it was 2 into L plus 3 into H plus 5 into R. Now I have changed it to 2 into L square plus 3 into H plus 5 into R square. So if it is square, then it becomes a non-linear function. So here, of course, it is not linear programming problem. Now, if you just click on this button, so you can see automatically the model will be changed to QP. That is, it is a quadratic programming. It automatically it will analyze it. So local optimum is found, and after that, you can see the objective values are also given, the constant values and everything are given here. That is the decision variables, values, everything is written. So as quick as possibly, no need to basically this has behind this means solution there is a huge program it is running. So you don't require to build the program, or you don't require to uh, means write down the program of your own. So these softwares are there to just to give you the things, okay, the right things. So accordingly, so basically, this one lingo it is used for optimization case, not basically it is optimization software itself. So lingo it is actually not free. It is only the trial version is free. So trial version only the number of decision variables, number of constraints, number of integer variables. So these are limited. You can't increase the number of variables there. Okay, I think 150 is the limit. 150 variables and constraints are limit there. So you can't put more than 150 variables or constraints. Okay, so this is the limitation. If you want to means use the unlimited version, then you need to purchase it. As because it is a very highly high software. Okay, means the programs behind it is very high. So I think I have explained all these softwares, means whatever required for your research purpose. Okay, and ma'am has already been means explained how you can write the research papers and different the AI tools which are already available in the internet. So you can choose that one. So I'm not going to means explain the means writing or analyzing the research paper today. So today this is the overview of different softwares and uh, their working process. Okay, so I think this is helpful to you. Now, if anybody has any question, then you can ask me.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we have some questions. I think can you specify the softwares, whether the softwares are free or do have to make some sort of payment or not?
Some softwares are free.
Yeah, I think AI tools and other. Let me answer for it. There are certain tools which are trial versions. Otherwise, you can use for free. There are other AI softwares which you have to pay. For an example, if you want to find the plagiarism of your report work, so in that case, you have to pay. It's a very costly software. Turnitin. But whereas if you want to write a research paper, for an example, SCI space, that is a free source. For each email ID in an hour, you can search for 5 times. So if you have multiple email ID, so you can go under limitless as you can. So accordingly, you can work on that. Grammarly is also free. Trial versions are there, so you can utilize as much as you can. But if you want to utilize the premium one, so you have to pay it accordingly. And the other softwares like MATLAB, there's a crack versions are available. Then we have Lingo, so I've said trial versions are free. If you have a data set more than 150 variables, so it is going to be purchased one. So according, there are certain softwares based on its certain limits. You have to find out whether you have to purchase or not. But at certain limit, it is free. Yeah. So again, I think we don't have any other further questions, but if you have any other further questions, we'll be glad to clarify you. So, as in this session, we have given you the overview that the importance of research work and also what are the key softwares that are used. And as I have shown you the Maple, it's an excellent software. So, make sure of that when you're writing a research paper. So, you have a you have a very good presentations when you're making your presentations or a research article. So then only the journal people will easily, put you a mail that for acceptance. And I hope the feedback link is already in live in your chat box. So please, furthermore, if you have any doubt, we'll be happy to clarify you. Meanwhile, before that, do not leave the session until you fill up the feedback form. And thank you so much for your wonderful participations. And we have tomorrow, we have one more last session of this webinar, a week webinar. So totally we have 6 episodes of this in order to celebrate World Space Week. So we know that already the Space Week is over, but still we are celebrating in the mode of learning phase about space technology and its futuristic views. So tomorrow we have a last session. So make sure of that you attend the tomorrow session, and a final feedback link will be shared to everyone tomorrow. And those who are taking part on the quiz, so it will be after 7:30 p.m. So before that, we have 1 hour lectures for our session, that is 6:30 to 7:30. We will having a lecture, then quiz link will be shared in the chat box, and followed by we will have a further followed by our discussions and the validatory functions, right? So thank you all for your active participation, and don't forget, before leaving the session, don't forget to fill up the feedback form. Good night, everyone.